Good morning, Mr. Olvera. Sir, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you're facing up to...
Notice how the judge lists both fines and jail time separately for the
Boom, right out the gate. The judge isn't just listing charges, he's flexing the consequences. This is psychological warfare, folks. Hit him with the time and fines early to set the tone. Would you be more scared straight, or just more scared?
WI and the weapons charge. This is standard, but it's also strategic. It puts psychological pressure on the defendant right from the start. Audience question, do you think this approach works as a deterrent, or does it just make defendants more nervous?
A year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 28, 2025, the officer, while on patrol, observed a black Camry driving north on a south-only street at the 1700 block of Durham Drive in Harris County, Texas. A traffic stop was initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The officer observed an odor of an alcoholic beverage and bloodshot eyes. The defendant stated he was coming from a housewarming where he consumed 1 alcoholic beverage, a 12-ounce Modelo, about 2 hours prior to the traffic stop. The defendant stated he did not know he was driving the wrong way, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted.
This is where the night takes a hard left. 1 Modelo turns into a weapon charge real fast. For those keeping score, DUI plus loaded Glock equals a cocktail of legal disaster. Also, refusing the specimen, that's never a good look in court.
HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 1 out of 8, 1 leg stand 1 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused to supply a specimen. The defendant's motor vehicle was searched incident to arrest. The officer located a loaded Glock handgun found in the center console, and a blood search warrant was signed and executed.
All right, Mr. Olvera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run him to see if he has any prior DWIs and
No prior, his license is eligible.
All right, I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. You understand? Do not pick up any new cases. Don't be in possession of any weapons. If you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with them. For now, I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. Then after that, you're free to go. Be careful. Don't be a danger to my community. Do you understand? Yes or no? Okay. All right. Thanks. Take care. You are Mr. Gurley?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 27, 2025, at approximately 11 p.m., the officer observed a vehicle repeatedly fail to drive in a single lane, nearly striking 2 other vehicles as well as the inner curb. A traffic stop was initiated. The officers made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and observed slurred speech. DWI task force officer arrived on scene and made contact with the defendant, who had just exited the vehicle, and observed a visible loss of balance, red glassy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated he believed he was on Gulf Freeway and El Dorado Boulevard when he was in fact far away from East Sam Houston Parkway and Genoa Red Bluff Road. The defendant admitted to coming from a business meeting where he consumed 2 old fashions, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant refused to provide a specimen. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
May I address the court on that, please, Your Honor? Sure. So in terms of, the accuracy, I guess, of the DIMS report and the accuracy of the summary here, I take great affront with what the police officer alleges here. We do have the video cameras right now. We have the dash camera video that shows that what the police officer is alleging is not nearly what actually happened out there at the scene. As he approached the vehicle, we can see when the dash camera kicks on, he's in excess of 1,000 feet away. So it's not like he's been following him for a long period of time and that there would have been a lot covered before the camera kicked on. But there's not even 2 vehicles anywhere near the vicinity that he could have even possibly nearly run into. There's only 1 vehicle and he's within his lane and he isn't nearly striking that vehicle.
This is Defense Attorney 101. Cast doubt on the story before the jury even hears it. He's planting seeds. If the dash cam doesn't match the cop's version, who do you believe? The camera or the badge?
As far as what actually leads to the stop, we see in the video that Mr.
I can't get into the video now.
Okay.
This is a probable cause hearing, and I have to give them the opportunity to respond. I can't imagine that they've already seen the video.
Sure. So I've addressed these issues with the state thus far, and I know that they've set it for a state eval to evaluate these cases. I just personally have an issue, and I've had some experiences where police officers lay out what's obviously valid probable cause for this purpose,
Obviously.
but is not accurate.
Mr. Stewart, I'm happy to set it for like a formal probable cause hearing in like a week where we can.
Here's where things get interesting. The defense lawyer is calling out discrepancies between the police report and the dashcam footage. This is a classic legal clash, probable cause versus actual evidence. What do you think? Should the judge halt proceedings until the video is reviewed, or is moving forward without it fair?
Give them time to look at the video, research case law, due diligence. But here now, when you start getting into video, you start getting into evidence, I can't possibly, I need to give them time.
Yes, sir.
Because it's
I
only
understand.
fair.
I understand. So I understand that the four corners of the DIMS and what the state has alleged here certainly constitutes PC. I
Sure.
understand.
I mean, we have, weaving,
Right.
justifies the weaving by saying he's almost hits this and there. As a practical matter, theoretically there's probable cause. As a practical matter, is it beyond a reasonable doubt?
Sure.
Maybe not, I don't know,
understand.
but, we can always set up for a hearing, and I'm always ready to do it, but I gotta give them time to do it,
Okay. So I'll allow the state to do their eval that we've discussed this morning. I spoke to Ms. Balance about that this morning. And maybe that resolves this, and maybe we don't need to have any kind of hearings or.
And I'm happy to give you whatever date you want, if you want to do a week, 2 weeks, as long as you're okay with it, and however long you want to.
Absolutely, Judge. We would just need to speak to the officer and do.
Sure.
Sure.
Right, okay.
So if we want to do a couple of weeks, could we waive Mr. Gurley's appearance at that?
Yes,
Ron? Okay.
yes, but I have to do conditions. Now,
Yes, sir.
did you say, look up his NCIC, any prior?
Requires in his license eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gurley, for now, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward. I am ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, then I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? That's right. You're not to do anything don't pick up any new cases. Don't be a danger to my community. I'm not asking for much. I just want my street safe. That's it. I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then after that, you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Whatever date you want, credit.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, have fun, guys.
Good morning.
Mr. Menchu, you're charged with driving while intoxicated.
Estado de manejar ebrio.
You are facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine.
Una multa de $2,000.
You're going to do probable cause.
Causa.
You have the right to remain silent.
El
Anything
silencio
you say can or will be used against you.
será usado en su
You have the right to have an attorney present.
tener un abogado
If you
presente
cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
para
Yes, Judge. On March 1st,
el 1 de
2025,
marzo de 2025.
the officer was dispatched to a major crash
Un accidente grande
on Ella Lee Lane.
en Lee
In Harris County,
en el
Texas.
condado Harris, Texas.
The witness
El
stated
testigo declaró
he heard a
que
loud
oyó
crash
un choque.
4 margaritas and a crash later. It's not looking good. But wait, the real tension? His immigration status. This isn't just a DUI. It could be life-altering. One misstep, and ICE is knocking.
coming from outside his
Venía de
residence
afuera de su
and observed the
residencia y
defendant's
observó el vehículo del
crashed
acusado
into a blue Subaru.
estrellado contra un
The witness
Subaru azul.
observed the
El
defendant
testigo
sitting in the
observó
driver's
al
seat
acusado sentado
of
en
a
el
red
asiento del
Toyota
conductor,
Corolla
Toyota Corolla rojo,
and removed the
y
keys
se movió las
and
llaves,
smelled the odor of an
y
alcoholic beverage.
el olor de una bebida
and bloodshot
alcohólica
eyes.
y los ojos rojizos.
The officer observed an
El
odor of an
oficial
alcoholic
observó
beverage
un olor de
bloodshot
bebida
eyes,
alcohólica, los ojos
and
rojizos
slurred speech.
y el habla afectada.
The defendant stated
El acusado declaró
he
el
had
acusado
consumed
declaró
4
que consumió
margaritas
4 margaritas
and standard field sobriety tests were
y las
conducted.
pruebas de campo.
HGN 6 out of 6,
HDN 6 de un 6,
walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4.
4 de un 4.
The defendant did not
El
consent to
acusado
breath
no dio
and a blood warrant was
consentimiento.
signed and executed.
Fue ejecutado una orden.
Mr. Menchu, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Any prior DWIs and a license?
No prior, Your Honor, and there's no license on file.
Mr. Menchu,
Señor Menchu.
I don't know what your immigration status is,
Lo
but
migratorio.
if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it on a daily basis, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. Heed this warning. You will not get another.
Me van a
I
dar
see it happen every day where people get ICE hit detainers and they sit in custody for 6 to 9 months.
bajo custodia.
I'm now putting conditions on your bond. If you violate these conditions, then I will put you in jail. The first condition is you are not to drive.
No puede
If you
manejar.
do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you're not allowed to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people, babies, whatever. Do not drive. The next condition is you're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol
Consumió alcohol
and or
o
illegal drugs, likewise, your bond will be revoked and will go into custody.
tu fianza, pues, vamos a-
Pre-trial services is going to call you to go take a test. If you fail to show up for the test, then a warrant will issue for your arrest.
a una orden de arresto.
Do you understand what's expected of you?
Yes.
You get no more warnings. If you don't believe me, ask Marcos. He'll tell you good and well.
José Marcos le dice,
For now, I will have you come up to us here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
y te va a jurar que
I will get you to Ramona where you will sign a reset. After that, you will get police here for your bond conditions.
después de eso,
Then you're free to go.
es de fianza, entonces lo puede
Marcos, okay, take it.
Judge,
You are Rachel Herrera.
Herrera,
you were charged with theft. You are facing up to 6
hasta
bail
6 meses en la
and
cárcel
$1,000 fine.
de $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Silencio,
Anything you say can or will be
te
used
diga,
against you.
hay poderos, usarlo, pero usarlo en
Can
tu
we
contra.
also do the other one as well? You might as well.
it's a BWI.
It's okay.
Sure, okay. The last one, and Judge, that one's on page 17.
Got it.
Buenos días, señor. This is intérprete. Por favor, conteste todo a voz alta.
You are charged with criminal cases. We are going to do probable cause on each of your
Uno
cases.
de sus casos.
After that, we will determine whether we will do bond conditions. Each of you have the right to remain
El
silent.
derecho a poner silencio.
You have the right to have an attorney
El derecho a
present.
un abogado
If
presente.
you cannot afford one,
Solo un abogado, uno se le nombrará.
let's start with Ms. Herrera.
Yes, Judge.
Empezando con ella.
On March 1st,
El 1 de marzo de
2025, the officer
2025,
made
los
contact
hicieron
And now, a shoplifting case just escalated into a narcotics situation. Folded bills with powder? That's not just petty theft anymore. It's a classic snowball effect, one bad decision leading to a much worse one.
contacto
with the suspect and complainant inside a JCPenney's loss prevention office. The loss prevention team provided all information needed to place the suspect in custody.
de la
The
sospechosa tenía la persona bajo
complainant and loss
custodia.
prevention team
El equipo de
advised
prevención
they observed the
dijeron que
suspect
apelaron a
on
la
CCTV footage,
sospechosa
select
en
multiple
la
items
cinta,
on the store
poniendo
floor
múltiples
before
artículos
entering the dressing room with a
antes de entrar al
backpack
salón
she
de
brought in. The suspect
cambio
then exited the dressing room
mochila que
without any
tenía.
items.
Entonces
The
salió
dressing rooms
sin
were swept
artículos.
by loss prevention before
Limpiaron
and
el
after occupied by the
salón
suspect,
de-
and the suspect exited all points of
Ella
sale
salió de todo,
without attempting to
pasó
purchase.
todos los puntos
The
de
total
venta sin
amount was
tratar de pagar.
$203.
La cantidad total fueron $203.
Going, did they find something else? Because it looks like she picked up a second case as well.
Furthermore, when
Además,
they took her to Humboldt Jail,
Además, cuando la
during a
llevaron a
search
la
at the
cárcel
jail,
Humboldt,
the staff found folded dollar bills in the defendant's jacket
encontraron
pocket,
dólares
which contained a
en el
white powdery
bolsillo
substance identified
de
as
la acusada que
cocaine,
tenía,
weighing
se
0.16
identificó como
grams.
cocaína, que pesaba punto.
Ms. Herrera, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case.
Para seguir haciendo
I'm ordering you as a
paso.
That's nearly double the legal limit. And all of this kicked off because of loud music. Just a reminder, sometimes it's not the big mistakes, it's the dumb ones that bring cops to your window.
condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, then I will revoke your bond, put you in jail.
Revocar tu fianza, lo pongo en la cárcel.
You're also ordered not to go back to any JCPenney as
Regrese a
well.
ningún JCPenney's.
Okay, so let's start on Mr. Velasquez now.
Velasquez. Yeah.
Mr. Velasquez, you are charged with driving while intoxicated.
Ebrio.
You are are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Yes, Judge. On March 1st, 2025, the officer responded to a loud music complaint from a vehicle at Main Street, South Houston, in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, who displayed slurred speech, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and very poor balance. Standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant consented to breath with results of .142 and .139.
Is he listening to music while being Hispanic? Really?
So that was the basis of the stop, was the loud music complaint, and that's when they approached the vehicle.
You never even said that he was driving.
And that's all there is, Your Honor.
Was he driving?
He was in the vehicle, but we don't have, and Your Honor, we understand, yes, there's
Nothing in
Nothing in the
says
DIMS.
he was driving either.
we don't have that information, Judge, so we understand if you find a PC.
Mr. Velazquez, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward with your case. You know, you need to be very careful, especially if you're not in this country with permission. There are a lot of people here when they go to jail and they don't have permission to be in this country. Immigration sweeps it on a daily basis, every 4 to 6 hours, you know? And if they find you in custody and you're not here with permission, they'll put a detainer on you and you'll be stuck in there for who knows how long. I don't know what your status is, but be very careful how you act. You understand? All right, please take a seat for me, sir. I've placed conditions on your bond, ma'am. If I find that you violate these conditions, I will